Okay, so today I thought that I would tackle cleaning out my craft cupboard. I have a lot of my toy collections in here as well as my crafts, and this closet has gotten so messy. I haven't organized it in a really long time, and I keep shoving things in here, so it is a mess here. You can see that I have a lot of totes here, and there are some organization systems in place, but also a lot of things just kind of crammed in here. I've got like my shopping bags on a little hook here, some of my keychains, things like that. Definitely needs to be organized. So I'm going to completely empty out this closet and try to reorganize it. Also, I will be organizing my little craft cabinet here. This is where I keep like my washi tape and fiber crafts and things like this. And again, you can see there are some things organized in here, but a lot of the things in these bags need to find their way into a proper tote. And then these two bottom drawers are just very messy. Lots of just random things kind of shoved into the drawer. So it's definitely time to get my craft cupboard and my craft closet all organized. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove everything and start sorting through it all. Okay, so I've emptied out my entire closet here. I'm going to go ahead now and vacuum and dust it out while it's all cleared out and empty. I did kind of clear up my little keychain board here so it looks nicer already. And I've taken off some of the bags and things that are here so I can reorganize those. But now, as you can see, I have a big pile of items to sort through. There are just a lot of disorganized craft supplies over here on my table as well. And I still have to empty out that craft cupboard, but I think I'm going to wait until I get these organized a little bit more and the closet vacuum and dusted out so I could start putting some things in here. I have made a big mess today, but I know my family will be off doing activities all day long, so I figured today would be a great day to kind of tear this closet apart and get it put back and organized the correct way. Okay, so my lighting is not great because the sun went down and I moved my filming light so that I could work around my craft closet and all these supplies a little bit easier. But as you can see, these are all the things that I've decluttered, and I got rid of a ton of stuff. Scrapbooking paper and supplies that I wasn't using, stamps, things like that. Just a bunch of miscellaneous items that I will no longer need or be using. I also pulled out an entire bag of garbage and an entire bag of recycling from packages and things like that. A whole Ziploc bag here full of glue that has dried up or is no longer going to function. So these are some of the craft supplies that I've decluttered. And I have also decluttered a whole bunch of these store bags. I still kept plenty. I set aside a separate pile that are just for the grocery shopping bags, some that I use to transport things back and forth to church or from the library. So I saved a really good selection, and I thought that I would go ahead and declutter all of these. So now I'm going to go ahead and pack up all of my Goodwill into these reusable bags. Okay, so now I've organized my entire closet. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. So first on the door here, I have organized my keychains a little bit and put out some of my Comic-Con badges and things that we like to keep. I've just chosen a few of my favorite ones, some of my Gudetama ones and Hopa-chan ones, and just a few odds and ends. I really think it looks a lot better that way. I've thinned out some of my store bags here, so now they're on this hook, really easy to access, as well as my backpack here. And then here is how my closet turned out. I've got everything organized and labeled. On the bottom here, I have my comb binding machine over here, as well as some paper. And these are all of my photos for scrapbooking and uploading. And over here are some backdrops that I have for photography. And I do like to keep my these two colorful balls in here. I have to keep them away from my dog because she will pop them. And I do like to get those out occasionally when like my young niece comes to visit. So I do like to keep those in here, even though they're not really a craft supply. And then on the next shelf up, I have my paper cutter and my laminator, as well as my laminating supplies down here. A few little display boards here for projects and a couple other wood pieces for various projects. Then in this box, I have my glitter and painting supplies. I have gnome crayons and some embellishments and some string. And as you can see, I've labeled everything. That way I can find it all very easily. This next shelf up, I have my washi tape, my craft scissors, my jelly roll gel pens, some different ephemera for like scrapbooking and crafting, some twine. I always keep my twine separate from my string because twine has sort of a chemically smell to it, so I do like to keep that in its own tote away from my other craft string. I also have a space here for an additional tote if I get a different crafting supply or want to organize something else into this closet here. Here I have my metal stamping, more gel pens and ink pads. And then I have all of my rubber stamps here, and these are my teaching supplies. A lot of the crafting that I do involves getting prepared for my Sunday school class, and these are some of the things that are very specific to that. And then of course I use all these other supplies getting ready for that as well at times. On the next shelf up I have a bunch of my stickers. I've had these totes for a really long time. These are more scrapbooking stickers, and these are just random stickers. I do want to go through, I did thin this out a little bit, but I'd like to go through and thin this out a little bit more and organize them a little bit better. But I think that'll have to be a project for another day. And here I have my different kawaii stickers and stationery. These are like my Japanese stickers and Japanese stationery. Up here, I don't have a tote for this yet. I do need to get one. This is my light box right here. This is a watercolor set, and these are some oil pastels. And I also have an empty container here if I want to organize something into that. I can't decide if I want to keep the oil pastels in their container or in a container like that. Then in the center here, I have more of my smaller little containers, Sharpies, Mr. Sketch markers. These are my gelatos. These are colored pencils, drawing supplies, and scratch and sniff stickers. And then on the top shelf, I have my different papers. Over here, I have my scrapbooking paper and art paper up there, and 9.5 by 11 scrapbook paper and construction paper. There's also room up there for more totes too if I need to expand anything as well or add more paper. So that is how my craft closet looks, nice and organized. I love that everything is labeled. To label them, I used my Dymo labeler. This is something I've used for years. I absolutely love Dymo labelers, and it makes everything so easy to spot when it's labeled nicely like this. So that is my craft closet. And then over to my little craft cupboard here, I've mostly put my sewing supplies and a few other different crafting. I do a lot of needle felting and wool felt sewing crafts. So that's mostly what's in this case. And you can see I've really thinned this out quite a bit. I haven't labeled this because largely I know what these are. These are just different sewing supplies and threads and different wools and needle felting supplies. And here's more wool here and a few beads and things for little doll making crafts. And just some extra thread there, and then some pom-pom making supplies. And then here are the bins. They are organized, but I would like to get some little baskets to put in here to corral these a little bit better. But for now, it's nice that they're organized. These are all of my different glues, as well as different tapes, and in the back here are all of my scrapbook punches. And then this is sort of my miscellaneous craft bin. These little containers here house little sewing projects that I'm currently working on, and then just some random things. I've saved some Altoid tins to work on some miniature crafting that I wanted to do. These are my wax sealing wax, stuff like that, but mostly just random items. And so that's how the two drawers are organized. And again, I'll have to be picking up some bins for that, just to kind of corral the punches and the glues and things. So that is my little craft cupboard here. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at how I have organized my craft supplies. It was really nice to get this done. Really nice to have this finally organized. It hasn't been organized for quite some time, and it is so nice to just be able to see all of my supplies. It'll be a lot easier to actually do crafting with all of my supplies nice and organized. So I'm definitely glad to have finished this craft closet declutter and organization project. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe for more videos from April's Home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.